President Donald Trump's election interference case now on pause.
This comes amid an appeal over presidential immunity. In the order, Judge Tanya Chunkin acknowledged she no longer has jurisdiction over some aspects of the case until the issue of immunity is completely resolved. On Monday, Special Counsel Jack Smith asked the Supreme Court to decide whether Trump was immune from criminal prosecution for alleged crimes he committed while in office. The prosecutors had also asked the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals to expedite its review of the immunity matter. Yesterday, that court said it would expedite the appeal.
The GOP-led House has authorized an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. The investigation will examine whether President Biden improperly benefited from his son Hunter Biden's foreign business dealings. The vote came hours after the younger Biden refused a call to testify behind closed doors. Hunter Biden is a rare statement about the impeachment effort, questioned the priorities of the House Republicans. Their investigation has raised ethical questions, but no evidence has emerged that Biden acted corruptly or accepted bribes in his current role or previous office as vice president.
Stanford, UCLA, and Rutgers are among growing lists of colleges facing a federal discrimination probe. The U.S. Department of Education opened investigations into those universities and 3 others this week. This after alleged incidents of discrimination against students on campus for their race, color, or national origin. The investigations were launched under the Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. After investigating, the department will make recommendations to the schools which risk losing federal funding if they don't comply.
The Food and Drug Administration is conducting an on-site investigation at a distribution company in Ecuador. The agency traced cinnamon that is suspected of sickening dozens of children to a company called NegSmart there. The cinnamon was used in applesauce pouches made by Ostra Foods. It was sold under the brand names Wanabana, Weiss, and Schnucks in the U.S. Investigators believe the problem is contamination from lead. The FDA is advising anyone who ate the applesauce to get tested for it. Ostro Food and Wanabana are working on a process to reimburse some health care expenses related to lead exposure.
High school students aren't using that GPT to cheat, despite the initial fears that they would. A new study from researchers at Stanford reveals that the percentage of high school students who cheat remains statistically unchanged. That's compared to previous years without ChatGPT. The university conducted the anonymous survey among students at 40 U.S. high schools. It found about 60 to 70% of students have engaged in cheating in the last month, a number that is the same or even decreased slightly since the debut of ChatGPT.
iPhone maker Apple is trying to keep thieves away from your personal information. So the company is currently working on a feature that will make it hard for thieves to get into your device. So on top of all the security measures users currently have, the stolen device protection feature will add biometrics, which means users will have to scan their face or use their finger to access data. That extra security measure is only enacted when a user is away from a familiar location like work or home. An Apple spokesperson says it's a sophisticated new layer of protection. The feature will be available for all iPhone users to opt into. It will be part of an upcoming software update.
Outside with live cams, the timing is pretty good. So today, a little dull in the action. Tomorrow, maybe a little rain action in this weekend. Beautiful. Next week, beautiful. And you can, boot the kids outside the door. So go outside and play. Get out of my hair.
Sure, because most of them will be out of school next week.
Yeah, so
Get outside. A lot of people are asking about Christmas. Still a little too early yet to talk about it as far as forecast goes. But what I can tell you, if you're traveling next week, it looks pretty good, at least here across Texas. Hey, if you went outside this morning, you probably saw some interesting cloud formations. We just sent out a push alert about this, and I wrote an article for KSAT12 if you want to learn more. But these are asperatus clouds, and they look pretty cool. They're kind of wavy looking. It has to do with the turbulence and instability there in the upper part of the atmosphere, pretty stable below it. But you get sort of the wave action going on. Yeah, looks pretty awesome. We got quite a few pictures coming in on KSAT Connect, and we certainly do appreciate it. You can check those out, by the way. More pictures on KSAT.com. Here's the satellite picture. We still got a lot of clouds, but there are some breaks trying to take hold here south and west of San Antonio, and that may work into the city. So there could be a few peaks of sun here over the next couple of hours. which should, in theory, boost temperatures ever so slightly. But places like Cuero, you're right on the edge of the cloud cover. Same in Gonzales. Hallettsville, the sun is out there, but cloudy as you head west of San Antonio. Our forecast today, 61 at 3 o'clock. We'll keep in a small chance of a shower, but don't expect much. 62 at 4 p.m. and then down into the 50s tonight. Cloudy by 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. And the clouds start to lower and thicken up by the overnight hours. And I think we'll be dealing with a little bit of drizzle starting after midnight, and then more showers showing up tomorrow morning out ahead of our storm system. Tomorrow, yes, we do have rain chances, but we're kind of backing off how much rain we're actually going to get out of this. We'll talk about that. Again, the weekend forecast looking good too. More on your 7-day forecast in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Justin. As the year winds down and spending goes up, it might be a good time to take a look at your finances. 5 steps you can take ahead of the new year so you can have a financially successful 2024.
Regulators in Washington want to make it easier for you to switch TV providers. The fees that they're looking to cut for you. Coming up. The Federal Communications Commission proposing new restrictions on fees imposed on subscribers who want to change service providers. The proposal would also allow partial refunds for subscribers who cancel in the middle of the month, part of President Biden's executive order from 2021 that directs the federal government to find ways to boost competition.
Biden has also been outspoken about eliminating the so-called junk fees. Republicans on the FCC's commission voted against the proposal, but they were defeated by Democrats on a 3-2 vote. The FCC will now open it back up to public feedback before taking a final vote.
Christmas first and just a few weeks away from ringing in the new year. And if you want to end 2023 on a positive financial note, there are a few money moves to consider before the year ends.
CNN Sullivan has 5 tips that could help set you up for the financial success in 2024.
Before you say farewell to 2023, you may want to reflect on your spending and plan for the future.
You want to be able to have your ducks in a row. You want to have your finances organized.
Here are 5 money moves from financial experts to consider these final days of the year if improving your finances is one of your 2024 resolutions. 1. Look ahead and decide which big purchases you'd like to make next year. Then create a plan to afford that new house, car, or trip. With the Fed expected to cut interest rates next year, economists say you could land lower interest rates by mid-2024.
My sense is that interest rates have already come down, and we expect them to fall further when we're talking about a 30-year mortgage or a 5-year fixed rate on the purchase of an automobile.
2. Tackle any lingering debt. Either pay it off now to avoid dragging it into next year, or come up with a plan to pay it off next year. 3. Boost your emergency savings fund. Figure out the most scaled back amount you need in order to get by month to month. 4. Look back at the year and take inventory of your assets and liabilities.
The cash that you have, your investment accounts, your properties, have a list of all of those assets, and then have a list of the liabilities. If you owe on a car, if you know how much you owe on your mortgage, if you have any credit card debt.
And 5. Plan to invest. Decide how much you'll invest next year and in what.
You really want to try your best to still continue to put money into your account, whether it be your 401k, your Roth IRA, or any sort of retirement vehicles.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
I enjoyed the rain yesterday, but it really didn't do much, Justin.
No. As a plant person, I'm sure you would say we need
more rain.
We do. We need a lot more, in fact. And I don't know that we're going to get it. We have some chances tomorrow, but it's not going to be very heavy. 56 so far today. The average is 65. We'll be below average. The records are 85 and 22. So it's still that time of year where we can see just about anything. But right now we're sitting right in the middle there, right about average. We'll talk about the rain chances tomorrow. We'll time it out for you. We'll plan out the weekend and then talk about next week, too, with the traveling going on. More on that coming up.
Today, we're sharing the incredible journey of a man who moved from Honduras with a passion for education and how he overcame adversity.
Tiffany Huertas shares his experience and how his family and professors helped him reach his educational goals.
Emerson Larios was born in Honduras.
I was with my family until I was 6 years old. Then I was in an orphanage from 8 to 14.
While at an orphanage, Larios says he focused on studying, diving deep into biology and math.
And when I got to the orphanage, I was basically given opportunities to study, and I think that became a refuge for me, academia and learning, and it became a way in which to cope with the adversity.
His hard work paid off. In 2007, Larios was awarded an academic scholarship to attend a school in Auburn, Alabama. His host family changed his life forever.
They have supported me throughout all my academic endeavors.
Larios loves education. He earned a bachelor's degree in science and minor in chemistry at the University of Mobile and a master's in biology at Auburn University. And most recently crossed the stage at UTSA and received his second master's in psychology.
My love for learning, for scholar work and research has grown, and the opportunities that are here are big. So I hope that I develop skills to get those opportunities.
Larios is continuing his education. He is working on a doctoral degree in psychology.
What the main focus in our research lab is sleep, and then how can sleep affect stress development, and then subsequent trauma, stress disorders and so. So that's really I want to do research in that area. Where does biology and psychology come into play and how that works.
Larios is grateful for everyone who supported him in his journey.
I am definitely very proud of myself.
For other students chasing their dreams, Larios has a message.
I would say just take a breath. You're gonna face difficulties, but it's centering yourself and centering the people that support you.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
Speaking of school, just about everybody, I guess, is going to be out tomorrow afternoon, getting ready for the holiday season. So if you're thinking about giving your child's teacher a gift this holiday season,
if you don't know what to get teachers, with Teach for America recommends a few of these items. Okay, so gift cards. My husband used to be a teacher. We loved getting gift cards, coffee mugs, chapstick, lotion, anything made from the heart or anything related to school supplies that teachers can use in the classroom to help kids learn.
At the end of the day, teachers funded their classroom with their own money. So parents donating and gifting these supplies really makes a huge, huge impact in our classroom.
One thing you do not want to give teachers is alcoholic beverages. For one reason, you don't want anything like that to be accessible to the kids in the classroom, whether we need to go home. So not a good idea. Save that for later.
Yeah. Back to gift cards. My mom was a teacher, and my husband used to be a teacher, and we loved this time because we get gift cards to Starbucks. I remember my mom would be like, hey, I have so many gift cards to Starbucks. Do you want them? I'm like, yes. But she's like, my students just give me gift cards to Starbucks. So
you should give them to your husband then.
Yeah.
Because he's the teacher in the family.
Yeah. He needs it. He needs it.
Yeah, I think gift cards are the way to go. I mean, it's busy time. Just go pick up some gift cards and thank the teachers for all they do. Because they do an important job taking care of those kiddos every day. That's for sure. For folks that are going to be out and about this weekend, know that Mountain Cedar may kick up. It's already here. It's moderate. But we're going to get some winds out of the north on Saturday. And I would imagine that's going to kick up Mountain Cedar a little bit more. We're kind of in the heart of Mountain Cedar season here. So know that it could go higher on Saturday. Side note, I am not a downward-gist. I can't guarantee this, but that's generally what happens when we get these fronts. So I just want to give you a heads up. Saturday and Sunday, check in with us on those cedar counts because they may not be so pretty. Let's go outside for you. Cloudy, still no sun yet. 56 at the airport, 59 in Braunfels. We have reached 60 in Seguin, but quite a bit cooler in Bernie and Kerrville. And just that little bit of a wind, it feels kind of chilly out there, quite honestly. It's still jacket weather. We mentioned there are a few breaks here and there. Thinning of the clouds is probably what we should call it here around Pleasant, and that'll work its way into Bexar County. And where we are seeing a little bit of the thinning, notice temperatures jump up into the 60s, so I anticipate we'll at least get close to 60 here in San Antonio. Again, Seguin's at 60, and you go east of there where the sun is out, and look at the difference that it makes. 70 right now in Gonzales, 64 in Victoria. Underneath the thicker clouds, you're still looking at 50s. And I doubt the clouds will break up over the hill country, but they could a little bit, again, here in San Antonio. The models don't show much today. I don't anticipate much in the way of rain. But as we get into tomorrow morning, drizzle, some light showers will start to redevelop. And then here comes our frontal boundary in our storm system. Now, what you'll notice here at 5 o'clock, there's not much here either. This storm system has just continued to kind of trend further north, and it's taking a lot of the energy with it, honestly. So our rain chances tomorrow are diminished. They're still there, and I still think we'll see a scattering of showers, but not the rainfall we would have hoped for. And then by Friday evening, winds start to kick in. We start to clear out by Saturday morning. It's clear, but it's cool and it's windy. So it's going to be a little chilly Saturday morning. But the rest of the weekend looks great. Here's a look at how many days it's been since we've seen a ½ inch of rainfall at the airport. And you got to go back to November 9th through 12th for that. It was 32 days ago. 44 days since we've had an inch or more at the airport, and 213 days since we've had 2 inches or more. It has just been tough the last 2 years to get any good real rain events coming into San Antonio. It feels like we continually miss out on the really good heavy rain, and that's going to be the case again tomorrow. So just 40% chance rain on Friday, and beyond that, it's dry. We don't have any rain chances going into next week, which isn't a bad thing. I know it's a big travel week, so this helps out in that regard. But boy, we're going to end the year with another huge rainfall deficit. 64 on Friday, 63 Saturday. Despite that front, it'll still be nice. 68 Sunday. We're up to 70 on Monday. A little bit more cloud cover as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, but comfortable temperatures most of next week. We'll be right back.
We'll take a look at this. People had an unexpected interruption. Look at that. During their morning commute, courtesy of a bull.
Made it onto the tracks at Newark's Penn Station. Crews able to capture it safely and then take it to an animal sanctuary, as opposed to, you know, they probably don't have ranches up there in New Jersey, do they? I don't know. So
how does that even happen?
Animal sanctuary. It's not clear just how that bull got onto the track.
That's like a good children's storybook.
Look at this. That's pretty.
It's beautiful. Well, here in San Antonio, we're lucky enough to see the festive river parades. Well, one in California town has also taken to the water to celebrate the holiday season.
The Newport Beach Christmas Boat Parade kicked off its annual event. 100 over-the-top yachts and boats of all sizes are lighting up the peninsula as they cruise around Lido Island for the next 4 nights. Very nice.
People can watch from the waterfront businesses or even rent a boat of their own and watch it from the water.
Not quite like our parade.
No, nothing's like our river parade.
All right, this season you can find sweet treats everywhere you look, but which one is the most popular?
All right, so according to Monmouth University poll, it's sugar cookies, David.
Sugar cookies.
Yeah, it says nearly a third of the country chooses the holiday classic as their favorite, especially if it's frosted. I agree with it. It has to be frosted.
In second place, gingerbread and chocolate chip came in third, and not surprisingly, several people polled responded that their favorite cookies are Mom's cookies, of course.
Of course.
Speaking of Mom's cookies, we know these two cook all the time, and they got more stuff cooking up today.
Always have sweet treats.
Yeah.
We were just trying to figure out what we're going to be eating first over here. So
that's usually what we're discussing.
Pick one.
I'll pick them all. So we may send something your direction too, David. Just hang on a second. All right, Fabian Reza from Cheesecake Factory is here, our new best friend. What you got?
We got cinnamon roll pancakes.
Oh, and that's what we're going to show you how to make.
Yes, indeed. And a great tip, we got to do some shopping
and
too.
if you stick around, we'll show you how to get some free gift cards at the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
Boy, a win all around. I love that.
And Jen is out at Scooped Cookie Dough.
That's right. Bracken Village is getting ready for their big holiday event happening tonight. It includes vendors like Firelight Finds with some cute plants. And yes, you mentioned cookie dough. We're going to make this peppermint bark cookie dough. Stay with us.
Oh, I just gained weight looking at that. After all of these great sweets, do a little exercise, and we've got something for you coming up Saturday. And Megan Legacy from SA Hope Center is here. What's going on?
This Saturday, we are going to have a toy ride at Cycle Bar Stone Oak and have opportunity to give back to families in need and also get in shape and win free rides from Cycle Bar Stone Oak.
I'll tell you all about that great event coming up.
All right.
And Children's Chorus.
One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, the
just wait till you hear this. It's going to really get you into the Christmas spirit. And so we want to know, with that song in mind, what is your favorite Christmas song? Scan that QR code and weigh in, and hopefully someone won't start singing, but you know what's going to happen. He's going to start. He's going to sing. So send them in. No, you can't help it. All that and more when SA Live continues.